Hi everyone, it's Jacqueline from CreatingMyGarden. So what I'm doing right now is I am cutting the salvia back, but I'm not cutting it hard. I'm only taking off the spent blooms because there are shoots all over the plants that are gonna come out and bloom. So I want to leave them, you can see them there, for the bees because the bees love salvia. So I'll take the spent ones off and then I'll leave these ones for the bees. I'm also doing a bit of deadheading and going around cutting off the spent blooms. As you can see, there's my pile so far for the salvia. Lilies are just about done here. They're doing okay, but I've moved them and so it's messed them up, but there are some more blooms to be had here. These are really early and they're more of a dwarf, so they finish early. Hostas still have to move, so this will be the move of the hostas, and the final rearrangement will be part 3 of my maintaining and rearranging video. So you can see what I've got to work with here. As part of that video, I'm just going to give you a quick show of what's going on here and what I have left to move. So in this area, there's nothing for color, so we need to amp up our game here. These grasses, as I've talked about before, I've been debating it, but they are going to move to the back, and I think I'm going to put some Annabelle Hydrangeas in here, and I think that will look nice to offset the yellow. And then next year I'll run something around this boulevard for color, just to work with the yellow, something soft. I'll have to think about it. I either go soft or I go something really bright and bold like a fuchsia pink, right? So it's one or the other. So that's where this bed is at. Bits of goutweed there. I want to put some Annabelle Hydrangeas in here. That is on the list. And fill this up. My sweet peas are just going to bloom. It's really weird about the sweet peas. This one and that trellis down there, they're doing, well, this one being doing the best. But this one over here, which is probably getting the most water, is doing the worst. Not sure why. You can see it. It's just doing crappy. So, lesson learned on that, and they probably would like to have been over here in the sun where it's nice and bright. I mean, this area, once the goutweed, I got that out, it is a really nice area now. Debating, you guys let me know, should I move those peacocks out of there and put them into another corner? Is that too much with the butterflies? You guys need to tell me that, because maybe it is too much with them. I don't know. And I need to probably run maybe something along the edge here just to cover the soil up because there's a lot of dirt showing. So those are some of the things in here that need to be done. I've showed you this bed a few times, but I'm showing you again just to show the progress. Garden's always under change, and every day I come out and see something different. Like I need to move that hosta and that other hosta and this one. My cabbage are doing great. I should have put more of them in here along the edge for color. So once I clean these out, I'll have time to revitalize this and change it. So more color required, I think. So that's going to happen. I think I had a fail with these lilies. I don't know what kind they are. I'm going to give them one more year. But they're spindly and they're just god-awful ugly, whatever they are. So they might be moving. Look at this cabbage. It's actually going to have a head on it. I just put it in for the foliage. My pots are doing good. That is perennial salvia in there, so that's the new dimension blue that I will be moving to the garden in the fall. Zinnias are starting to bloom, as you can see. We're getting some color on them. Oops, my pruners are in the way. So these have been ours. All different colors. Portulaca still slow, but getting better. We might actually get some blooms off of it in spots. We need to get some heat on it now with all this rain. So that's something that needs to happen out here. And the Oriental Lilies, as always, are stunning. But look at the size, you guys. Like, look at that. I put my hand on it, and you can see my hand against that thing, how big it is. So highly recommend the yellow, and it's fragrant. So it's beautiful. I'll be glad when these double. This is their first year. I just planted them in the spring. Happy to get blooms. Pots are doing amazing. So overall, things are going okay out in the front yard. Still lots of work left. Let's go to the back next. Yeah, it's funny how things go and how things look when you take down some of their permanent structures. The yard looks so wide open, but you can see the messy pasture in the background. Rob's been taking some tree branches down. We're going to move this gate over here to the back, so you have a gate into the alley. That will be nice. These two beds are coming out for a single garage to go here. So lots of plans in the works. This bed is really full, so I need to get in here and split some stuff. Those are the tomatoes I saved, and look at them, you know. I need to come out and harvest them. Look at the tomatoes. So those are doing well. Because I ripped those raised beds out, I lost all my vegetables. I ripped them off the storm. These are good. Sorry, snack time. Rob needs to paint my fireman, my farmer. Leaving the delphinium because the bees love them. And the lilies. Need to get in there. We got poplar shoots everywhere. Coming in the lawn, so I need to keep fighting the battle of these. And this tree's coming out. I want to redo this whole side because these cedars have to come out. Or what a lot of people call them, arborvitaes. There is a poplar root in there. I swear. It is massive like the trunk. Going right between these guys. And they're sending up shoots into the lawn. I gotta get those poplars out there between them. These have been here for years. It's a sad thing that they gotta come out. But they do. And that's just the way it goes. So you're gonna see that. You can see the roots that are coming. I can get out of the shadow. You can see the roots. You can see the roots in the lawn coming up from the poplar that was there. So Rob's gonna have to work on those and dig those out. And you can see that some of the roots are coming in flower beds. So we're gonna dig those out. And then these beds will be nice. Oh, what did I step on? Tree root. Kind of dangerous sometimes. As you can see, this is interesting. It's the orange tone of the roses that are doing all the blooming right now. With a mix of geraniums and colored petunia, which is kind of pretty. I didn't put any red roses in here, you guys. I stopped myself. It just seemed to me to ruin it. The pinks are pastel. They need to be cut back. The rest of them I've already trimmed. So I might throw a few more in here. I need more yellows. There are some yellows in here, pinks and some whites. So, oh, and there's a lavender that I cut back because it was done blooming. So it'll be coming back with another growth spurt. So now let's have a good look. And I'm going to step into the alley and show you what things look like that you guys have never seen this side of the yard. So you can see all the daylilies are getting ready to bloom. Lilac, purple lilac there. My shadow is with me everywhere. All right, this is the alley. Oh, now you guys can see what it's like out here. This is our alley behind our house. So all the lots on our block are 0.66 of an acre or a little bigger. We got the angled lot because the alley wraps around here, comes down side of a street, wraps around here and up here and through the back. So we've taken the fence out, so now you can see the back of the beds, and I'm not hiding anything. It is what it is. Work is required, and I like to be honest and show a view so that when I do make changes that you can see the noticeable improvements in the videos. I mean, that's what garden's all about, evolving. So you can see what the beds look like, and you can see how the sun comes down here. I'm just going to walk the alley so you can see what everything looks like out here. So this is a tour of things that, to give you an update, because I think it's going to change back here now. Because when the fence goes up, it's not going to be a solid wood fence. It's going to be a metal fence. Not a chain link, but a metal fence. So I suspect this bed's going to get more sun because the trees have been cut like up. So I might be able to grow more sun-loving plants. I mean, there's still partial shade that'll be required. But I think I have some opportunities here to make some changes back here because of the fencing. Like this area is perfect for hostas. So I should move these lilies and put all hostas back here, some of the giants. So that's an idea. Now that I can have a really good look from this angle, I can see the challenges and the changes that I need to make. That's a lilac there. It was supposed to be one of those little dwarf ones. Well, the dwarf ones get big. I mean, it's not giant, but it's bigger, about 4 feet. So you can see what needs to occur here. Oh, and you can see all the mulch from the poplar we took down, threw it all in here. The stuff is on the ground because Rob's been in here working. This is the sprinkler we ran in here because they were not getting enough water, so this will change things here too. So I'm going to clean all this up. Over here where Mr. Gnome is, he's going to get moved because we're going to be putting a gate over here. And we just got to figure out where that gate is going in here. So it's going in this area here. I think for some reason I feel like this is the area because of just the way it lays out and the ground is flatter here. So it'll make it easier. And then I'm going to put an entrance kind of to the gate with shrubs and stuff. The only thing is we got a gas line coming out probably right over here. In here is the gas line. So I think the gate should be over here, which means we either prune this up so that's walk underneath, or we take it down. So those are the options with this, and now's the time to do it to get the look we want and to make it easier before this tree is too big and I have to hire someone to come in and do it. We don't have unlimited funds for our gardening here, nor do I have any help at the flower beds other than I beg Rob for help sometimes because he's got lawn and he's doing chores and he's doing projects. He does all the heavy infrastructure stuff, right? So that's how that's working. So let's go forward a little bit more here to the end of the lot. This is my dirt dump right behind the shed. So I dump all the grass clippings when I edge a yard over here, and then every year I borrow the neighbor's rototiller and I rototill it up, and then I haul it back and reuse it in the yard. Just places that are low and stuff. That's what I do here. Plus my shed needs a paint. So some work needed on the shed. Needs some new plywood on the front of it. It needs a paint job or a siding job, one of the two. See how it goes. And I need to make some changes over here. But one project at a time. You get too many projects on the go, you never finish anything. Now we'll look forward, and this is the rest of the alley that runs behind our homes here because we're on a crescent, so it wraps all the way around the alley and comes out on the other side of the street. And this is the pasture that's behind us, and it's left wild. Once a year they come through and they hay. So, but for the most part, this area stays like it is. So we actually come through with the lawnmower a couple of times a year, the weed whacker, and we whack it all down. So it'd be nice to have a gate here because we can just pull out of here and do that. And that might allow me to do some, some design along the edge. First thing I would do is A, landscape tarp, B, mulch. And then from there decide if I want to plant some stuff out here just to get better control of it. Because it is shaded, so another area where hostas would do quite fine. We do have deer come in here though, and I'm not sure. They haven't touched my hostas in the front or anything, but you just never know if it's too convenient to resist, that kind of thing. Then they might go hard. I'm just going to walk down to the end. This is my neighbor's yard at the end. He puts all his stuff he stores. He's got a nice yard, but he stores all his stuff here at the back where you kind of can't see it. And that, because you're not out here, right? So this is where people put their stuff. It's usually at the back of the yards in the corner here, even though we have big lots. I try not to get too much stuff, but that's hard, especially when I don't have a garage. So we'll go over here. And I'll just show you the alley from this perspective so you can kind of get a look. This fence needs to be replaced. So I don't know if that's going to make it this year if we get the back done. We're running out of time. Once Rob goes back to work in the fall, because he gets laid off in the summer, the projects kind of become weekend projects, right? So it's not as easy getting stuff done. So I'm just going to show you this edge. So you can just see the kind of work that we have to do. I mean, I come in here, I trim. He trims, we mow. I came through here last year and cleaned it all up and raked it all up, the branches and stuff. The trees We've got tree shoots in here that need to be dealt with. What I need to do, if I had the funds, which eventually will happen, is pull this all out. And this is where I guess some of the garter snakes are living. Some of the nests might be in here. I mean, it's a perfect spot for them, don't you think? And anyhow, pull everything out here and clean it all up. And then what I personally think would be kind of cool in here would be to re-rock this with heavy-duty fabric, right, to get it all cleaned up and get all this stuff out. And then further up here where we don't have a fence would be to do some sort of ledges, and then I can plant on it. And I want some steps here, up here. And the reason I want steps here is the neighbor comes over here and he walks up the rock to come talk to us. And man, I am so afraid he's going to fall and crack his head open, and I'll feel bad and I'll feel like it's our fault, you know, because we're the ones that rocked this ledge, but we didn't really have a choice at the time. So this needs to be done. So now you're seeing the areas I don't really like to show people because it's something I'm not proud of. But like I said, gardening is evolving and there's always work. So this is it. And if you're wondering why I'm breathing hard, have you ever noticed? It's because it's so darn humid that my sweatpants are sticking to me. So that's why you're not going to see me in this video. You will see me in some videos. But when it's humid like this, I'm a mess. I'm just a wreck. So you can see. Now in here, part of this little area was ours for property line, and part of it's the town. So what I did is I took all the zinnia seed I saved last year and I put it in here. We'll see if we get some blooms. I'm trying to get some color on the street, so that would be okay. And my grass seed kind of washed into the plants. Oh well, that's the way it goes. So that's it, you guys. That's all I wanted to show you today. So you can see all the projects, and if your yard needs work, don't be shy. Everybody's yard needs work. They're never perfect. They're always changing. So don't be afraid to show it, and realize that when you make improvements, it'll definitely show. And be proud of it. Be proud of what you achieve. Anyhow, this is Jacqueline, creating my garden with my pep talk, showing you my problems and my issues in my yard, and don't be afraid to share yours. It's a work in progress. But eventually, you do make progress like this. Thanks everyone. Let gardening warm your soul. Don't forget to like and subscribe. More videos coming. I'm working on a couple others right now. Just got to get some more content. And the weather's been slowing me down. And don't forget, maintaining and rearranging the garden, part 3 is coming. As soon as I can get in there. Right now it's all mud. Bye. And as additional footage, it looks like it's nacho night. I came into Nacho's. Rob's already eaten his and gone back out to do yard work. And now it's my turn to have some nachos. So that's what I'm going to do next with some tomatoes and stuff from the garden. Anyhow, enjoy your evening. Enjoy your day. Bye, everyone.